Hey guys, this is the Arcade at 2 Credits Needed, where we come to you once a month and talk about the games we've been playing. What's up, Fred and Farrah? How are you doing today?
You people exhaust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys exhaust me too.
But what have I done? I've been sitting here waiting for you two to try to intro this video for like 5 minutes now.
I don't think it's
Now there's going to be
long.
all kinds of discontinuities and everything.
No, there's not.
What kind of discontinuities? We're not ripping space-time dimensions.
Yeah,
like-
we are.
This is episode 1. There is no continuum.
Maybe.
And maybe these are offshoots, you know?
Who knows?
Like maybe it's like Timmy Turner, whatever the fuck that show was called.
Timmy Turner.
Oh God, no.
So guys, Fred, give him a little bit more, a shorter, longer description of what this actually is, since it's episode 1.
The three of us are each going to bring a couple of games that we've been playing. Not necessarily that we've been playing mostly this month. They don't have to be new, but...
What you're saying is, we talk about the games we've been playing, not the best releases of this month, but just what we're playing.
Yep.
Cool. Who wants to go first?
I think Pharaoh should go since he is the most relevant game.
Yeah, so what's up, Farrah?
I've been playing...
My game is semi-relevant.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna wait till you're done. You done?
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Persona 5. By a lot, probably that means about like 45 hours.
How long have you had it?
When did that game come out?
The 11th? So
Whew.
11 days now?
At the time that we're recording this.
Yeah, at the time of at the time of recording.
Yeah.
4
Persona 5.
hours a day.
If you average it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Okay, yeah. I just got the Japanese date. That's really fucking helpful. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Persona. I'm not gonna try to go into this too spoiler heavy, but there might be spoilers.
So be prepared.
So cover your ears. Potentially, maybe. I don't fucking know. You're probably a big boy or big girl. You know what you're doing. And yeah, I really don't know where to start. This game is incredibly deep. From a story perspective, it's deep. From characters, like the characters are deep. Obviously, it's a Persona game, and the combat is deep. So I really don't know where to start. Should I start with the story?
Number one, I think the second best part of the Persona games is the combat.
Yes, that's generally how I look at it. Is that the combat is the second most important part of the games. And a call from an unexpected person.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, the combat is the second most important aspect of the Persona games, right behind the characters. Now, if you listen to the last episode of the Credit Cast, which you can find in the card that we're putting on screen right now, my biggest thing in games, movies, media is the characters. The characters are usually my favorite and the things that grasp me the most.
Yep.
So like Persona 4, we had characters like Chie, Yukiko, Yosuke, and if you don't know what I'm talking about because I'm speaking Japanese, it's because I'm speaking Japanese. And just the core cast of these games, they start to go into JRPG or anime tropes, like Yosuke is the best friend in kind of comic relief. Teddy is the thing that nobody understands. Yukiko is the clueless girl who's just wandering aimlessly through existence.
yeah.
But then what happens is that you learn more about these characters as the game goes on, and you learn that these characters have a depth that you would normally find only in real people.
Yeah.
Which is really strange. The writing for these games is phenomenal. Like Persona 5 I've been playing, and in Persona 5, like I'd be looking at these two characters talking on screen, and they use language very much in the same way that you or I would. It doesn't feel gamey. It doesn't feel like the language was originally Japanese, so of course everything had to be translated over. I feel like the translations have been perfect and phenomenal in every way. It's kind of strange though sometimes when they've got a couple things here and there with like pronunciation of words and places and stuff like that. On Takamaki is the name of one of the characters, and that kind of pisses me off. I'm not going to talk about that too much. But the characters are extremely well written here in Persona 5, which is pretty much the most important thing. And then the story, I'm not going to get too heavy in the story details, but it's very much bigger than Persona 5, than 4, right? In the way that Persona 4, you kind of it was a murder mystery of sorts, like an Agatha Christie novel, that you play through, and you get personas and dungeons and all this stuff. Where it's a murder mystery. There's a murder around in the town, and you and your friends go figure out who's killing people, how are they killing people, etc., etc., etc. But in 5, everything is much bigger. Where at the 45-hour mark, where I am, there's somebody or some people who could potentially destroy the entire economy of Japan. I don't know 100% if that's the case, or if they can or can't.
Yeah.
But things are obviously on a much bigger scale. And then you throw in the combat. So the combat, it's incredibly deep. So you've got your traditional turn-based JRPG type stuff where you've got physical attacks, you've got elemental attacks, and then different enemies have different weaknesses. If you hit the weakness, there's a multitude of different things that you can do. I mean, like there's so many wrinkles here and there in all of the combat scenarios. Each combat scenario generally feels pretty fresh when you're in the dungeons. And then the boss fights are, multi-phase like they should be. They usually make sense as far as what this boss would be weak to. I'm going to say for some bosses, it might benefit you to carry some items. I'll say depending on who that boss is, having a certain item might help you out in that fight significantly. Mm-hmm. Like maybe one boss, it would be helpful if you had a bunch of gold with you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That might help you out. So different things like that. They help keep everything going as far as you're never in combat for too much. You're never doing story stuff for too much. The only real problem I have with Persona 5 as a whole of a game is that I feel like I don't have as much free time as I did in Persona 4, which is the exact opposite of Persona 3, which is where in 3 I felt like I had way too much free time. And then 5 I don't have enough. Like there's always a fucking cat telling me I have to go to fucking sleep. I just want to make a cup of coffee. That's all I want to do.
Shut up, Morgana.
Shut up, Morgana. I don't know if you're a dude or a chick.
And how you're a cat.
And how you're a cat that speaks Japanese.
But you're an actual cat.
But you're an actual cat that can turn into a car. I don't understand any of this shit.
But I haven't played the game. So my exposure to the game is through you.
Through me, yeah. But you've played probably, 5 hours of Persona 4?
Way more than that.
Way more than that.
I'm probably 15 hours.
15? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's
maybe
not that
16.
much though when you think about it. I mean,
but in Persona, that's a minimum amount of time, but you can accomplish a lot in 16 hours in Persona and still get nowhere at the same time.
that's what I'm saying. That's
you
nothing,
very
so.
much by the 16-hour mark know what a Persona game is.
Well, yeah, I hope.
But from what I've seen, the story is dark.
It's dark as fuck. It is one of the darkest games it's one of the darkest stories I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah,
some of the issues that we're dealing with corrupt politicians. We're dealing with We're dealing with abuse of power. We're dealing with physical abuse, mental abuse, attempted suicides.
Dang.
Sometimes, like, maybe this character killed somebody who should be important to her.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of different stuff going on. There's, like, sexual abuse and stuff like that are all tied to the central cast in some way, shape, or form, that all affect everything that you see and do in this world as a Persona user and as, like, just a normal high school kid.
Yeah. The other thing, that the change to the combat, the big one, the hold-up system.
Yes, the hold-up system. The hold-up system comes from the Shin Megami Tensei series. So if you're not familiar, the Persona series is a sub-series of the Shin Megami Tensei series.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an entirely different, like, subset of games. But after 3, they kind of like with 4 and 5, they kind of stray away from the name Shin Megami Tensei. So, like, Persona 4 got a remaster on the Vita. The original Persona 4 was known as SMT Persona 4, where with Golden on the Vita, they dropped the Shin Megami Tensei reference altogether. They still deal with generally like the same themes, and like the magic power, or like the magic names are going to be the same, and the item names are going to be the same. But
So it's the same world.
It's the same world, like how Final Fantasy is in the same world, where there's chocobos in all the Final Fantasies, but none of the Final Fantasies are connected.
Yeah.
Which is how many other game series do that? I'm not even familiar with, because a lot of times they're direct sequels, right? Like maybe
Yeah.
Dragon Quest, but once again, like, this is just straight up just JRPGs that I'm naming now. Like, what was your original question?
How's the hold-up system?
The hold-up system. Okay, yeah, the hold-up system. It if you knock down all of the enemies on the field, right? What you do is you go into what's called a hold-up. So basically, what you've got a couple options. You can back out of the hold-up. Yes, Chris?
Kane and Lynch and Hitman
Okay, yeah, Hitman.
are in the same world.
Wait, Kane and Lynch and Hitman are in the same world?
Yep.
Since when?
I didn't really read into it. 1 second.
Of course you didn't.
There
He
was
just started listing things that he found after a Google search.
There was a subtle hint that IO Interactive's best loved and most blah 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 blah, that they were in the same continuity back in 06, with Hitman's Blood Money.
I've had that game for a long time, still haven't touched it yet.
The links are made even
Kane
more
and Lynch?
explicit in Hitman Absolution. You see both Kane and Lynch are actually in it. Kane turns up in a bar and later in prison writing letters to his daughter. Lynch can be found going
that the
mad
same
with a
thing,
shotgun.
Is that the same thing? Because if you go into the first chapter of Uncharted Drake's Fortune, not Drake's Fortune, if you go into the first chapter of Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, that's right?
Sure.
You'll see in the pub, at the bar, in the corner, there's a newspaper that directly ties into, and the headline and the photo directly tie into The Last of Us.
Yeah, they're in the same world then.
No, they're not. They're completely different.
That's just the Easter egg.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's just an
the
Easter egg.
world.
Same thing, like Abstergo is also present in the Watch Dogs games. That doesn't
Same
mean they're
world.
in the same world.
No, that's a hint that they're in the same universe.
It's an Easter egg. It's a tip of the cap.
Just
It's not the same thing.
I think it just like they say Grand Theft Auto, Manhunt, and Bullet, but that's a bigger stretch.
Yeah, that's a huge stretch.
Yeah, no, I think that. No, I mean.
No.
Wait,
No.
wait. I have one for you. Grand Theft Auto itself.
What about it?
It's all set in the same universe, but the stories never interconnect.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't even get what you're saying now.
What I'm saying is that the themes are all the same,
Grand Theft Auto.
but none of them are interconnected.
Grand Theft Auto.
I'm not sure if the same rules apply, but
But wait, all the themes are the same. They're basically the same games, but none of them interconnect.
so are any of the items in the games are they all the same items?
Yeah, I mean, they're basically the same game.
They're the
cars and
same
the
game.
weapons
There you go.
and the...
They're the same game. There you go.
But-
you just disproved your own point.
But they're
See,
not, I'm saying.
But Persona
you.
is so categorically different in presentation-wise between each Persona, I would say,
Yeah.
that they're different games.
We'll talk about this another day.
Okay. But, again, hold-up system, you knock all the enemies down.
You knock all the enemies down, you get a chance to either attack all of them at once with a really super powerful attack called an all-out attack. You can hold them up at gunpoint and steal their money. You can steal items from them. They can also disobey you. They can say, fuck you, I'm not going to give you this. You can ask them to join you and become one of your personas. Once again, they can say, fuck you, and join the fight again. You can back out of the fight. And you can also pass off the attack to somebody else so that you can go in with a different attack and hit them. It's an incredibly deep system just based off of the core mechanics that we already know from the Persona series or just from any real JRPG, any turn-based JRPG. You can do a lot of turn skipping if you're really smart. You can
I feel like we're reviewing
you can keep
Persona
going.
5.
I feel like it too, but I that's why I'm I don't know where to start.
Okay, so what have you been
And-
playing, Fred?
Well, he's got another game to go.
You don't want to jump around a little bit?
Yeah, let's jump around.
I thought
Alright.
we would jump around a little bit, yeah.
Well-
for a variety.
I've been limited on time, so my gaming has been brief, I would say. So I've been mostly sticking to my Vita.
Yeah, playing that Civ Rev.
I've been still slowly but steadily getting the grind towards the Civ Rev Platinum, which was overly... It's not even hard. It's just tedious.
Yeah, is that going to be your first platinum?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good first platinum to have.
But no, I've picked up Downwell for some time, and
Downwell's
it
fantastic.
is a great game. It's difficult as all hell.
I've not played Downwell. Civ Rev is an amazing game.
And then Shovel Knight has been
Ooh.
my main Vita game.
Yeah.
I know it's old and
Wait,
but
so you haven't been playing your Switch? Because it reminds me you have Shovel Knight on Switch, actually.
Yeah.
This is what clicked in my brain.
Vita's a little more portable than a Switch is, so that's why.
I don't think so. Well, I do think so.
I can fit a Vita in my pocket.
I
I
said I
can't fit a
think so.
Switch in my pocket.
I mean,
You got them small pockets.
I was gonna say, I mean, you just aren't trying hard enough. If I can fit a Glock 26 in my pocket, you can fit anything in your pocket, friend.
Whatever you say. But yeah, so Shovel Knight basically has been my
But
go-to.
no Vita play. I mean, not. I'm sorry, wrong system. No Switch play.
I've played minor amounts of. I'm only like 45 minutes into Zelda. Maybe
Why'd
an
you
hour.
buy? Why'd you buy a Switch?
To say he has one.
No, I thoroughly enjoy Zelda.
You just told me you've put 45 minutes into it.
And
You've had it for all of April.
yeah, I mean, but I'm like time wise, I'm limited.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to my question. Why'd you buy a Switch?
Because I want to play the Switch. I want to play Zelda, but I can't bring my Switch to work. I can bring my Vita to work pretty easily. So that's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
What was the game that you were telling me about that you played earlier today, Fred?
Yeah, that was my other game. I was gonna talk about 3/4 Home.
So you finally made your way to 3/4 Home.
Yeah,
Tell me all about it.
that game messed me up.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't. It's weird for me when it comes to a narrative game.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I can click with a narrative game, I am all in.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that one, it took me a second to realize what was going on, and I was like, I'll give story. If you haven't played this game, I don't get the hell
We're
out.
gonna.
But
So
so
don't spoil too much story.
No. It's only like 45 minutes long. It's hard to not spoil everything for this game.
so the relationship with the father
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, with mom.
Yeah, mom is the first person that you start talking to.
And it's kind of like where are you? Why are you there? What are you doing? Get home. Blah, blah. I'm like, shut the hell up.
Something that, like, everybody's been through, right?
And so that kind of clicked me, like, I'm getting annoyed already, but this has got to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then you learn about the dad and his accident, and he's got some drinking problems. And I'm like, well, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hooked right there. Like,
Yeah.
this is... And then you learn about your brother, who's got some sort of disability. I'm guessing he's on the spectrum, just from the way he's acting.
Uh-huh.
Not sure about that. I'm not a psychologist, so...
If I remember correctly, you're supposed to teach him how to play guitar or something, right?
You taught him how to play guitar.
You taught him how to play guitar.
And you found a pick for him,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't want to play guitar anymore.
That's what it was. Okay. Because I remember playing this game probably about maybe about a year and a half ago. And I told you, I was like, dude, that shit fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like, my entire brain, like, my emotions, I had to sit down, like,
I remember
after...
you saying that.
I had to sit down and, like...
I'll have to play this game, darn.
Yeah, you gotta play it.
It's only a 45-minute playthrough?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a 45-minute thing.
Oh, that's nothing. Yeah,
I
I'll play
sat
through
down
it.
at 10 o'clock. I was done by 11.
How much is the game?
It's like $2 or $3, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
really?
it. I got it on
Okay,
sale
just buy
for
it.
$1.99.
But I have it on Vita and I have it on PS4, so...
But then
I played some.
things just start moving, and you're like, it starts getting real quick.
Yeah.
And that's one of the greatest things about narrative games for me. Like, and to me, that's a perfect example of a good narrative game.
Mm-hmm.
The controls were I hated that I had to hold the button.
Hold the button to keep driving.
Like, that annoyed me. But I understood why
Yeah.
they had that. And then pick your
dialogue options.
dialogue options. And then the subtleties of the background environment
Mm-hmm.
to what you're talking about.
It's a great... They did a great job of not only showing you what kind of danger that you're possibly in...
And that your family's in.
And that your family is in, and then at the same time foreshadowing what possibly could happen in the future.
And, like, I'm gonna break down the one part that just destroyed me on an atomic level.
Mm-hmm.
So, your family's in the basement.
Yep.
You're on the phone with your brother,
Mm-hmm.
and he starts telling you the story he wrote.
Yes, the story.
And it's about a dragon in a town, and I don't want to get into the details of that because I don't remember it all. But
Wait, Chris, do you want to leave the room for a minute, or like put on headphones?
No, I'm good. I can't hear you.
Or, like,
I'm
put on
solid.
headphones.
I'm solid.
I have headphones in here. You want to earmuff up?
Kind of. Yeah. Give me a tap when we're good. I'm gonna go listen to Mask
listen?
Off by Future.
Okay, yeah,
Mask
Mask Off.
Off. That's a very good connection to Persona, by the way.
Yes, it does.
I mean-
It is an amazing connection to Persona.
You're welcome.
Like, just right up.
Rip the mask off your face. You got blood like dripping down all over.
And you can also execute your personas, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, you can do Persona fusions by executing them, which is fucking amazing. So far, I've unlocked a hanging. I've unlocked
Whatever.
beheadings.
Yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of stuff.
But, yeah, so back to the 3/4 tome, and the story's about a dragon, and how the dragon comes from the sky to purge this valley. So, turn it down, boy.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah, the mic is probably picking that up.
That's awesome.
We're gonna get a copyright strike.
I know, right? And in one part, there's a bird flying. And each time the lightning strikes, because you're in the middle of a thunderstorm, the shadow of the bird becomes a dragon.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I realized the story gets so dark
Yep.
about this town just getting decimated. And the whole time in the game, you're in this tornado, or there's a tornado nearby. And so you realize this isn't gonna go good.
Yeah.
And you're in you're having this family revelation about all of this family's problems, and I'm balls deep into the story.
You're immersed.
And-
You've only been there for half an hour, but you feel so much tension.
And like I'm shaking because I know what's coming,
Yep.
and it happens, and I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like so, what your family pretty much gets freight trained by a tornado
Yeah.
while you're on the phone with them.
Yep. And you hear the whole thing
And
until
you
you
hear-
start until you just don't hear anything anymore.
And the way they ended that and the music is beautiful and like it.
It was just one of those. It was one of those emotional roller coasters.
And like that's a 45-minute narrative that I think perfectly sums up how to make a narrative. It for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like it moves you. It's not very long. You're immersed rather quickly, and then it's done.
Well, like what I think is brilliant about it, right, is that it's a story about people growing apart,
Yeah.
especially the baby bird leaving the nest.
Yeah.
So like I played that like maybe like right around the time that I was like,
Right
oh
when
man,
we were getting
right where we were getting started, and
Yeah.
and I was thinking about moving out of the house, and like my parents and I starting to not see eye to eye, and
Yeah.
having that be apparent to everybody, and then to see the character. What's the main character's name again? Is it Sarah? I think it's Sarah.
remember.
I can't remember. But to see her acting the way that she was acting to her parents at the beginning of the story, because she was very cold and
Yeah.
don't worry, Mom, like I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Like she's already moved out of the house. She's just coming back to visit, right?
Well, she didn't. It's not for visiting, actually.
She was moving back
Because
because
of her dad's accident.
her dad's accident. Yeah, so she had already moved out but was coming back, and I wasn't at that point in my life yet, but I could imagine myself there.
Yeah.
Like anybody who's left the house can
get kind of heated
can
there.
feel those emotions, and it was one of those things where it was like, this very well could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Like it's a situation where it could happen to literally anybody. If you've experienced, that type of relationship with somebody, whether that be a parent, a guardian, a grandparent, an uncle, aunt, whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's like any time that you're growing apart from someone who raised you, or someone who cares about you.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to express it in the way that that you think about it. It was one of those scenarios where it's probably top, like it's one of the top stories I've ever been told in a game.
Yeah, and it was so precise.
Yeah.
Besides, there was one moment I was like, all right, whatever, come on, like, and that was at the very beginning.
Right.
And it was the transition between getting nagged by your mother and getting on the phone with your dad.
Handing the phone over. Yeah.
And I understand why they did it, to kind of just show the tension of the family, but it was like, let's progress this.
Yeah. But like other than that, it's an extremely tight and controlled, focused game that knows exactly what it is and gets done what it gets done.
Does it beautifully.
Does it extremely well.
But yeah, so 3/4 home.
Guess what
Fantastic.
song I was listening to?
I believe it's a must play.
What song was I listening to?
I can't read your phone screen from here.
So what was I listening to?
So you were probably listening to
After Mask Off. I listened to 2 songs.
I don't know.
I don't care.
Super Trapper. I don't know.
Tunnel Vision. Kodak
Oh
Black.
my God! Get out of here.
You like
Whatever.
Kodak either? Fred doesn't
No,
like
I
Kodak.
like Kodak.
So going to one of my games, so I've been playing 2 systems and a something. Switch. I've been playing Zelda and 1-2 Switch. Fred hates 1-2 Switch.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun party game. You don't think it's a fun party game?
It is a fun party game. I don't know.
You don't like it?
It's okay. I don't like most of the games. I like 4 of the.
I think, we
20
talked
games.
about that on a prior thing. Zelda I love. I absolutely have put
Beautiful game.
more hours than I have in a lot of previous games lately into Zelda. Because I can take it everywhere, where I've had the opposite reaction of you. I've got the thing everywhere. I have the thing in my bag right next to me right now. Like, I've taken the Switch pretty much everywhere I go, so I can play it whenever I have free time. I would say it's more portable than I thought it was going to be. Even though it's not as easy as taking Vita, I think it's very easy to take. Then other than those two, I've been playing Ghost Recon.
How's that been? Because I played the beta, but it's not necessarily the game for me and for what I do.
I remember you thinking that without having 3 other friends to play with all the time, that it was going to be boring. And I've played a bit of it by myself. I think it's a lot of fun. It had way more story than I thought.
Yeah.
Like when I played the beta, I thought I just had not looked into Ghost Recon at all, and I thought it was way more Division-esque than Borderlands-esque. I guess has been the best comparison I could think of.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I played the beta, and I remember thinking it's a well polished game, right? But I'm very much more of a fan of a more streamlined experience than say the open world type deal.
It's kind of streamlined. So you kind of get this rapid succession of them being oh, hey, there's this mission. Oh, hey, there's this mission. Oh, hey, there's this mission. Oh, hey, there's this mission that progresses the main story arc. But then there is a lot of other random stuff in the world to go acquire that plays into that main thing. But it propels you more than I thought it would.
Yeah, and that's what I saw during the beta. But I see, I get done with this mission, and then as soon as I'm done with this mission, they're already shoving another mission down my throat. And it felt weird, like they were trying to make it linear, but at the same time giving me everything in this open world. I felt like, for me anyways, it would have worked better is if if I did a mission, then I track down this person and take this person out, and then I get this piece of intel, and by the time that happens, this next mission is going to be ready for me.
Yeah.
That's the flow that would have worked better for me, but I understand that.
I get how that's fun, but I would have agreed pre-playing the game, but after playing the game, I'm I kind of like what they did.
Yeah.
I like more than I thought I would what they did.
I think the problem that I was having.
I do always where your original concern about not having somebody to play with all the time. Sometimes I haven't controlled the the AI as much as you can. You know how you can control them and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's always felt wonky to me. The whole
Really?
Borderlands thing, playing if you're only one person, with the other few.
Yeah.
Because it's meant to be AI, but not meant to be AI. That's not the optimal.
Yeah.
Idea, I think, in the thing, so it's kind of weird, but it hasn't really made the game harder to play or anything.
No.
I don't think.
Yeah, everything worked, decently fine, if not extremely well. Doing the what are they called, the takedowns, the simultaneous takedowns.
Yeah.
That always worked. Sync shot, that's what it's called. I mark this target, and then I go to shoot this target, and as I shoot this target, the AI shoots that target.
Yep.
If they're in position.
And the skill system's pretty cool. The skill system worked differently than I thought.
I mean, I was skeptical coming into this game because of my previous knowledge of how god-awful the other Ghost Recon games were. But I knew that this was kind of a fresh start to them. So that I haven't played it yet. I didn't even play the beta. I ran out of time.
Yeah.
But
you were too busy playing the For Honor beta, because those two were going on at the same time, I think.
Pretty close to it.
And you were all in that For Honor beta.
I was trying so hard to make that game work in my head. So hard. Because the premise behind that game's cool. It did not work in execution, I don't think. And I have some friends that bought it opening night, $60.
Who?
They some people I work with.
Oh.
And they extremely are disappointed that they did that. I heard the community though kind of got better, so you don't get gang banged.
Yeah.
As you're in a fight, and they kind of just let you do your thing, and if you win the fight, you move on to the next guy. He'll be right there ready for you, but you're not getting these impossible 3-on-1s and death from above.
Is there a competitive multiplayer aspect to the game at all?
Chris?
To Ghost Recon?
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry, I thought you were still talking about For Honor. I was what? No, not at all.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, that would be
I feel like there could be like an opportunity for like time trials and stuff like that, or like do this without being seen or something like that, and have it like competitively like.
No,
Imagine
I
like
think
the-
it'd be gimmicky personally.
Is it
Really?
I love how I
Really?
say that. Like I'm only 99% sure there's no competitive multiplayer, but I don't think there is. Like
You never played the Arkham games. I was about to say.
I've played
'Cause-
some. I know what you're talking
No,
about.
no, you
I
haven't.
yes, I
get out of here?
You haven't played Arkham City or Arkham Knight, am I
No,
right?
no, I played the first two.
Oh, so you didn't play
Origins.
Origins and Knight.
I played a smidge of Origins.
A smidge doesn't count.
Because he borrowed it from me.
No, I borrowed the second one from you. I borrowed City from you.
Okay.
If you don't plat it, it don't matter.
Fred didn't plat it.
I play on Xbox. We don't have platinums.
You could 100% of it.
I was like 98%.
No, it wasn't. Pull it up right now.
I don't have my 360 anymore.
We can still
It's
pull it
hooked
up.
to your gamer
It
tag.
is.
Xbox 360, or no, Xbox. What should I call it? Achievement tracker.
Yep.
Maybe.
Let's check this out. TrueAchievements.com.
Fred, you want to make a bet right now?
No.
If it's 98% complete, you have 98%, which would be 48 out of 50, roughly. If that, a lot of times there's 50.
That's not going to
yeah.
happen. I can tell you that right now.
You just told us it was. I'll buy you dinner. If not, you buy me dinner.
Apparently, I have no idea how to fucking do this because it's not as
I
easy
don't-
as PSN profiles. But
It doesn't
that's
matter.
besides the point.
But I don't even know where we were. Oh no, what I was saying. Is Ghost Recon like it's stealth based shooting, right?
Not always.
Not always.
You can show it up at that mofo
That's-
blasting people.
But I feel
Imagine like a squad versus squad stealth shooter.
I mean, in an open world, that's
Not
kind of difficult.
I mean,
but,
like
but
a,
that's where I think that's where like Siege fills that role.
okay.
Not necessarily
Oh, Siege
stealth.
is great.
It's not stealth.
Oh,
but,
Siege is great, though.
Yeah, but Siege is one of those games where I was like definitely like
Oh, you have to have four people.
like I'm not playing with four randoms.
You have to have at least one other person, like, on
That
the
was-
chat with you. Like, being like, oh, wow, these other people are not helpful.
That's what was that game that I've been looking forward to so much?
Is it the pirate game?
The pirate game.
The fucking Microsoft pirate game? Rare pirate game. It's called Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that game so hard.
I still
I'll
don't know
have
why.
nobody to play with.
Still don't know why you're so interested in that game.
I was hardcore on Evolve too, and we all saw how that went. I never even got the game.
I think
So
it's just because you just have a hard on for pirates.
I do have a hard on for pirates.
I just don't get it. But I mean, to
I
each
can-
his own.
I can drink rum on a pirate ship. I can
And get dizzy.
raise the sails. I can shoot some cannons.
It's just pirate porn galore.
Okay, so for the last game I've been playing, Balls. BALLZ.
Balls.
Balls. It's on phone.
It's on phone.
It's on phone.
It is.
You want to tell me more about it?
It's a great game. I've been playing it while you guys talk about games I haven't played. So when you're talking about Persona 5 and when you were talking about what's that? Gone Home. I've been playing.
You know what?
No, it's not. We weren't talking about Gone Home, but Gone Home is another one of those.
let me
experiences that you
let me
need
say
to
something
have.
real quick. This dude bought a PS4 and doesn't have any of the good exclusives for it.
What do you mean? I have all the good exclusives. I just haven't been playing them. What good exclusives do I not own?
Well,
Pharaoh, name 3 really good exclusives for the PS4.
okay, I'm sorry. You have them but aren't playing them.
Yes, I am. Pharaoh, real quick, name 3 exclusives for the PS4 that are really good exclusives.
Horizon Zero Dawn,
A little older. Like, not... That haven't come out in the last 6 months.
Until Dawn,
Okay, name 2 more. Okay, name 2 more.
Bloodborne.
I have.
Do you though?
I'll send you a picture of it when I get home. What else?
Final Fantasy VII.
You're picking such obscure things.
There-
How, in what universe is Final Fantasy VII obscure?
I have it on the Vita.
In what universe is that game obscure?
No universe.
In no universe. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me guess. You have The Last of Us.
I do.
He's got all the
Uncharted.
Naughty Dogs.
Yep.
He's got Ratchet, and he's got Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Wait, and I got Mafia 3. Fantastic game.
Get the hell out
Did
of
you?
here.
When did you buy that?
I found it. What?
You don't have volume.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't even know what volume is.
No, I don't.
Speaking of
I have
weird,
like 15 games for the PS4. I just don't.
weird
God
games.
of War.
God of War 3 remastered.
Yeah, and a few other games. I forget.
Speaking of
But
weird,
balls.
like
Let me go back to this.
obscure games.
Yeah,
You
go
should-
back to balls.
You should play balls. There's
Why?
these little boxes come down one row at a time, and each box has a number in it, and you have to hit the box that many times for it to disappear, and you get you start only with one ball, and then you hit these other little things that pop up to get more balls. It's a really hard game to explain. We'll probably have a picture of the game.
Not
up.
really. From what it sounds just like a brick breaker.
Kind
It's
of,
all-
yeah. Kind of like a brick breaker.
It's a fun brick breaker.
Super addicting, super fun. It's a free game. Go get it. What's the worst that happens? You use a little bit of data to download the game. So, a little bit of data. It's very ad intensive. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, no,
I
I'm
like
already
it.
out.
At the end of every round, there's like an ad, and I'm like, I don't want to read this, but I'm definitely not getting.
Do you have like certain lives that you have to get these bricks broken by? or-
Yeah. So look, it comes down,
Okay.
and you gotta let it
Before
not touch the
before
bottom.
it reaches.
And we'll
the
have a
bottom.
picture of this for you guys who can't obviously see out there.
No, we'll probably just have B-roll.
Yeah,
because that's how games. That's how videos on YouTube work.
Yeah, so we'll have a picture of it. I'm playing. You'll see this.
So
It's a fun game. Go download it. BALLZ.
But like,
They give me $500 for every download. So
oh
I'm
wow, I
just
hope
kidding.
you're sharing that with me.
yeah, right.
I'm just
Damn.
kidding. Wouldn't that be cool?
But as I was saying, obscure games.
That's not what this is about. Though.
I know, but Pharaoh brought up Volume, which is an obscure game, but it's a weird one to pull out.
So why
of
don't
the
we
hat.
save this for a later
How about
time?
Resogun?
I just want to say something.
Resogun isn't obscure.
Race the Sun came to Xbox yesterday.
Dude, you want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
They updated the game.
They did?
with a
Yep.
whole new suite of shit. Don't act like you know what I'm
I
talking
did.
about.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I knew. I read about this earlier.
There's a first person mode now,
Really?
and it has VR support on PS4 and PC.
Wow. That's cool. All right.
I haven't played it yet because I've been at work
Yeah.
pretty much the whole time that since the
Life.
update. I've been doing life, and then when I'm not doing life, I'm pretending to have a life in Persona.
Persona.
No.
Okay, but you got one more game.
Oh yeah, today I started playing a little game called Event Zero. It's currently only on Steam, as far as I'm aware.
It would be very, very difficult to get it on anything else.
It'd be very difficult to get it on PC or PS4 without the help of an
You
external
just said
keyboard.
PC.
Or
You meant
PS4 or
PlayStation.
Xbox. I forgot Xbox because Xbox doesn't matter,
Mhm.
but that's besides the point. Yeah, I've been obsessed with this game. I played it for like an hour and a half, just about an hour and a half.
I'm sitting there trying to do homework and I can't even focus because I'm watching you play this game.
I'm exploring the spaceship. I'm not sure what has happened, so that I'm the only person left on the spaceship.
Maybe.
Maybe. All I know is that I've been communicating with this AI using these terminals named Kaizen. And Kaizen
Heisen.
is
Kaizen.
very interesting because it's not like anything else that I've really ever played with in a game. I'm communicating with Kaizen not via linear dialogue or dialogue prompts even. They give me a command window and I type in a question or a command to Kaizen. So Kaizen was telling me about this woman named Nandi. So instead of a button coming up and saying press up to learn more about Nandi, I can ask her, or I can ask Kaizen, tell me more about Nandi, and it'll use different tags as well as what it knows about what I know, and it'll use that information to tell me more about to tell me more about Nandi. Or if I want to open this airlock, I'm going to type in open this airlock, and if it doesn't know which one I'm talking about, it'll say you're going to need to specify.
Yeah. Here are some airlocks in the area.
Yeah, that's super awesome.
And it's
Super
it's
awesome, bro.
incredibly interesting. Probably gonna have a video that talks about it sometime in the near future. I captured a bunch of B-roll, but it's like there are different kinds of puzzles. You know, this one room that I tried to get into, I needed a retina scan, and in order to get the retina scan to work, because I'm not the person whose retina that they need, you know, go through and do a bunch of hacking and different puzzles that involve, you know, exploring the ship as well as exploring Kaizen himself or herself. Itself. Do AI have genders?
Some of them. Cortana has a gender. Cortana's a female. She's an AI.
But why? Why is she a female?
Because she's a female. Like,
but why?
Her physical form's a female.
But why?
Because that's how they programmed her to be.
Why? What
know.
makes her a female?
Her voice is feminine. She has.
So just the way somebody sounds or looks makes their gender?
She has breasts.
Yeah, dude.
In her physical form.
Okay,
so do some guys.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, Fred. I would stop while you're significantly behind, Fred.
So.
But I think that's...
Yeah, this game has been fantastic. I'm gonna recommend that people go get it. Even if not at full price, then maybe put it in your wish list. Steam will tell you when there's a sale. That kind of deal. It's a fantastic game. I can't say more good things about it. Besides the fact that since I'm typing in literally anything I want, I'll ask Kaizen, where can I get some tacos? And Kaizen will have literally no idea what I'm talking about, because it's not, you know, the developers weren't expecting. Well, I'm sure they expected it, but
it's not Siri.
It's not Siri. It's not a real artificial intelligence in the way that it's going to learn and do all these things. It does have short-term memory in the way that I can ask a question about Nandy, it'll give me an answer, and then I'll ask another question, and instead of using her name, I'll say she. I'll use a pronoun, and it'll know that when I say she, I'm talking about Nandy still. So there's some cool stuff in there, but Kaizen doesn't always know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's
check this
really
game
cool.
out. Not gonna
Go
lie,
check it
guys.
out.
But that's what we've been playing in the month of April.
May.
That's what we've been playing in the month of April, friend.
May hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
This is going live. This is we're recording this at the very end of April.
True.
Let us know what you've been playing in the comment section down below. If you have any comments to tell us, if you wanted to say how much Persona 5 sucks.
Or if you really, really, really hate me, you should tell me that.
I hate him right now. It's
yeah,
okay.
I hate him, and I'm probably gonna leave a comment talking about how much I hate Chris.
Just destroy Chris's life.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time.